So whatever's gonna happen over here is that it start off with maybe say a root. So cool. Now the next item that you really got to is this guy a, and how they actually try to actually produce the word is that maybe say for the word apple, it's gonna a p p l and then e, and then if you were to see is that we are just doing this the form of like operation z, where we just create every single all of the alphabet, and once we form the whole alphabets, we just have to actually mark it with like operation y that says that we have to actually circle it and say that mark as like n of like a word, and therefore we sort of like circle this, and therefore now we have like a full alphabets and mark as like a word. So apple is an actual word over here. But the next case is that what if we have like this word ape, ape, that we want to actually insert to our this map, is that what's going to actually happen is that we're not going to be reproducing from the root a new a p e, rather we're going to try to use our existing ones. So I mean, going ape, creating a new one, I would call that very much of like a operation w, and using the existing one, I will call that like operation n. So what operation n does is that use the existing like a, like what we want is create a. So we use the existing one, go through the a, go through the p, we don't have the e, then we just create a new path, and then we create the e. And whatever this thing does is like operation n, whatever it's actually trying to do is using use the existing alphabets, and therefore we are able to actually go this way. And at the end, it say that like we have like alphabets that are missing, we do the operation O, where we create like a new path, for ourselves to actually go into the last route. So it goes through here and it comes to here, create a new path, and then last but not least, circle the n word, that's the operation y, and to mark it as like it's the end of word, and now we create the word a. And now what if the case that we want to create a new word? Nope, it's gonna like so there's like two main groups. The first main group is like a brand new value, and the second group is that there's like existing data that I can actually use to actually abuse to create my data. And obviously nope is like the whole new brand new data, so I'm gonna follow these operations. I'm gonna create all the every single new alphabet. So for NOPE it will be NOPE, and then I conduct the operation Y, circling the end of the word to mark it as like a word. So this whole thing, the word will be produced, the NOPE. P E. So if I were to actually maybe say the lead code question asks me that I want to search for and no. So the first thing that it asks, so like from the root, there's a N, there's a O. So so is there the alphabet N and O? There is, but is it a word? It's not, because it doesn't have like circle. So it marks as false when it asks whether if it's like a word, because it's a false because it's not circled as being a word. And similarly, yeah, so when you search for this NO, you'll mark as false as being a word because there's no circle of the word. My idea of having say this the introduction of saying that this thing is called the trie, I just feel like, you know, whenever you type on the keyboard, you type certain first few alphabets, it's gonna already attempt to actually fill up your whole entirety of the words. And I feel that try is you trying to type and then it fills up for everything. Or rather, in other words, you can call it like say a prefix, where it just say that like you first type in the first few alphabets, you're gonna like the pre items is gonna like predict your entirety of the words. So therefore a prefix tree. That's how I actually view the naming of like the trie and the prefix tree. I'm just very much curious, how are we gonna actually play all these different operations in the future lead code questions. I'm looking forward, obviously. Yeah, everything comes to an end.